Right, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the GD & Son channel. I hope everyone's having a great day. So today is quite an exciting day. It's a brand new piece of equipment day. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to show you what I've got. I recently went to a training course for a company called Spinaclean. I mentioned them in my last video about the training course. I thought it was excellent. They've sent me away with a brand new piece of equipment. They haven't actually asked me to do an unboxing video, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm very excited to show this product. And yeah, let's just jump straight into the video now and I'll show you what I've got. Right, so some of you will probably be able to guess exactly what I've got just from this picture alone. But if you haven't guessed already, then let's unbox it and we'll definitely find out. Right everyone, so this is what they've sent me. It is the Gutter Sucker Junior. As I say, this comes from Gutter Sucker Direct, which is also owned by Spinaclean, so they're one of the same company. So at least when you buy from Gutter Sucker Direct, you know you're going to be getting the Spinaclean customer service, which is absolutely great. I don't know everything about the machine. I've read the manual a little bit, so I'll try and go through as many features as I possibly can. Hopefully I'll get it all right. If I do get it wrong, I do apologise. As I say, this is my first gutter vacuum I've ever had. So yeah, I'm still learning myself. So basically, this is a 1500 watt machine. It's quite powerful for what it is, you know. It's not the biggest and best machine that you could possibly buy. If you're doing gutters all day, every day, and it's your main business, then maybe a more powerful machine would do. But the things I like about this machine is it's compact. It's less than 80 centimeters tall. Now, for me, that's perfect because I struggle with space in my van anyway. This thing could just go in the front seat. It wouldn't take very much space up in the van, and obviously you've got a very powerful 1500 watt motor to help you remove any debris from the gutters. On the side here we've got some very easy clamps which just undo, which hold the base in. The base is nice and light, it comes off. Just inside the top here there is a float valve, so basically when the machine gets full it will just cut out. It won't let you overfill it. And it'll just obviously won't burn the motor out, it'll just cut itself out completely. We've got a filter which I've just been told that you just need to keep clean, so just give it a brush off each night, let it dry off, give it a brush, just keep it clean. I'm sure you could probably buy replacement filters if need be. Not sure actually about the capacity. I think it's 35 litres, but don't quote me on that. I would have to refer back to the manual. I'll put on the screen somewhere if that is correct or if I got that wrong. So that's basically the machine. As I say, it feels very well built. It's got the wheels on it as well. We've got some oversized wheels at the back, so we are going through kind of like tough terrain. It will go through quite easily. 50mm port on the side here. Not really much else to say about it. I'm just very excited to try it out and add this to my business. Right, so the next bit we're coming to is the carbon fibre poles. Now, they've sent me away with a 6-pole reach, so I believe that goes up to 3 stories, so it's roughly about the same sort of size as a townhouse. So inside the machine, when you first open it, you'll find your reinforced hose. That's obviously going to be connected to your machine, and then one end will connect to your poles. As far as attachments go, these are only like the basic attachments. They are made of plastic, but you can feel that it's not sort of like a brittle plastic. If you drop it on the floor, it's not going to break. You know it's going to have some sort of durability. More of a flexible sort of end to it. I think you can buy fixed rigid neck to it. If you're, you know, dealing with more stubborn kind of grass growing in gutters, this might be a little bit more, you know, flexible. If you want to buy a rigid one, you can obviously upgrade to that as well. Now, as far as these poles go, they are super light. I couldn't even tell you how much they weigh. I think they're like 33 grams or something when I was told down my training. As once again, don't quote me on that, not 100% sure. All I will say is these are carbon fibre poles. Now, it does say on here, carbon conducts electricity, so always be very careful when you're working around power lines, stuff like that. We did have a window cleaner that sadly lost his life due to carbon fibre pole and a electric cable. So yeah, please be super careful and responsible when using these poles around electricity. So yeah, basically the poles, you know, are just self-explanatory. One end is colour coded, so they push fit on. One end slightly smaller, I believe, to the other end, and they all just interlock. We have an orange one here, which is our top one. So this is where the actual rigid neck will go onto, or our green flexible neck in this case. That will connect onto there. I believe they're all just push fit. They don't need any sort of clamps on them at all. And then you just connect on how many you need. So if you need 2 poles on there, if you're only doing a small bungalow guttering, or if you want 3 poles or 4 poles or even 6 poles. What Rob did tell me is one of the main reasons these poles get broken is people connect them together and they keep going out. And what happens is the poles will start to kind of bend. They're designed to go up more than anything, rather than out like a fishing rod. So when you're building the poles up, make sure you stand them against the wall and build upwards against the property, and then it's always leaning against the wall. This putting not much pressure and strain on the actual carbon fibre pole itself, and then you'll be left with a nice carbon fibre pole, and it will last for a long time. Also, another tip that he did give me, make sure you have a bucket of water at the end of each day, and just literally flush your poles through with a bucket of water. It removes any debris that's caught inside, any grit, stuff like that. It will stop the pole from getting built up and clogged up, therefore giving you more suction power for longer. So that's pretty much the poles. If there is anything else you'd like to know about the poles or the actual gutter vacuum, please drop in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer the questions as quickly as possible. Failing that, let's move on to the next bit. Right, so here is the final piece of the puzzle that they've sent me. Now, I'm really excited about this because I've seen these quite a lot and they look fantastic. So it's actually called the VacCam. So this will sit on top of your pole where your rigid neck is. It basically clamps over the top of this, facing down where you want the pole to be, and you can just inspect the gutters. Now, it's only a live camera, so you can't actually record on this one, on this particular model. But what you could do is, you know, if the gutters are really heavily sort of got moss in them or grass, you can actually call the customer out. Sometimes they go, oh, I don't know if my gutters are that bad, you know, don't really know if they need them done. So you can physically show them and say, look, this is what your gutters are looking like. Show them on the, we've got a base bit down here as well. So they can watch on this screen and you can just basically show them how dirty their gutters are. It's kind of like a good selling point. So as far as I've been told, I've never used one before, but you don't actually need this for cleaning the gutters out. So once you've actually shown the customer, or you've looked and you've seen, right, that's heavily moss there, this bit's not so bad, this bit's heavy, so you can kind of work out where you're going to need to use the most pressure. You can actually turn this off and you don't have to use it for cleaning the gutters, because I think you only get 3 hours of battery life once it's fully charged. So if you've got like 4 or 5 jobs on, maybe you didn't want to, you know, waste, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe on one house, and then when you get to the next house, you know, or the last house of the day, you've run out of battery. So yeah, you can kind of just turn this off afterwards. I've been told by Rob that once you've done it a few times, you kind of get a feel for whether the gutters are clean. As you start dragging the pole through the gutters, you'll feel it kind of resistance if there's stuff inside it, and then once it's all clear, you know, it'll just slide through the gutters nice and easy. So yeah, this is a great piece of equipment. I mean, they didn't have to send me this, they didn't have to send me any of it, to be fair, but you know, to have this complete package, it's really going to help my business, and I'm really excited to use it. I mean, yeah, just very overwhelming. So yeah, basically down here as well, it comes with this obviously nice little carry case, which is perfect. I'll probably put my GoPro in there as well. Obviously you've got your user manual, if people read them, I'm not sure. It comes with obviously your plug. I believe that'd probably be a USB, dual USB plug as well, so you could charge two things at once. Obviously your cable to charge up as well. Two cables, so they give you a dual plug with dual cables as well, so that's very handy. I'm assuming you could probably charge, because the camera and the base have two different charging points, so you could basically charge both of these at the same time. That's what they've given you that for, so that's quite clever actually, well thought out. Also, if you do need it, if you are going to be using the camera to do the actual jobs itself, they have given you a dual charger which will go in your cigarette lighter in your car. That's absolutely brilliant. I suppose if you did want to use it for actually cleaning the gutters out, I mean, I personally probably won't, you know, just because obviously I don't want it to get knocked or damaged or anything. I'd rather just show the customer and then, you know, work on just getting it out, you know, without the camera. So yeah, but you could also use that. I'm not sure how much charge you would get. I'm not sure if the car chargers or car ports give out that much charge, but yeah, anyway, that's a great little bit of equipment just to get you out of a tight spot if you do run out of battery on the road. So yeah, not really much else to say about it. Really happy. I love the colour as well. Obviously, for you probably know my channel, my uniform is lime green writing. I've also got my flyers are black and lime green, so obviously they've color coded it for me. I'm gonna say they probably didn't do it for me, but however, you know, I'm gonna personally say this model was made for me. So yeah, really excited. Once again, thank you to the guys and girls at Spinaclean. You've been great again. Really looking forward to getting some videos up, giving it a test run and seeing what it can do. Now, I've actually got to go on the school run now, so I'm going to end the video here for a minute. When we come back, I am actually going to use the inspection kit to check my own gutters, because I have found a lot of moss on my patio recently when we've had some heavy rain. So we're actually going to check my own gutters and we're going to see if they're full. Hopefully they are, and if they are, they won't be for much longer. So when you see me next, we will have the poles connected and we'll be ready to clean out the gutters. Right, so we're going to try out the new gutter sucker from Gutter Sucker Direct. Yeah, I've got it all set up now. It's just down here ready to go. So all the pipes connected. This is a 5 metre hose, 50mm one. It's all attached, so we've got our camera on here. And as you can see, it's quite a good image. The front gutters aren't actually that bad, we have checked them. But there is a few bits of moss and stuff. So obviously the pole's straight up there. It's got the flexible neck on it because it didn't come with the rigid one, and obviously the camera. Now you can use the camera if you want to actually clean the gutters, but in this case I think we're probably just going to turn it off. I might leave it on for this one, but it's kind of hard to actually do it looking at the camera. You need to be looking up where the gutter is to make sure you're actually keeping it inside the gutter. So yeah, we're going to turn it on now and we're going to see what kind of suction power it's got. Right, so I thought I'd decide to do a little voiceover on this bit because I placed the camera quite close to the actual gutter vacuum itself, and it's very, very noisy on the camera. So yeah, actually really enjoyed using this today. It made gutters a lot easier. I mean, I've done gutters on ladders before, and it's very, very hard work, you know, carrying a bucket up there for all your muck and stuff like that. This was absolutely brilliant. It's a lot harder than it actually looks. The poles are super lightweight, so it's great for, you know, it's not a taxing on your arms or your upper body or anything like that. I found it very, very easy to use. However, as I say, there is kind of like a technique to doing it. People on YouTube make it look so easy, and yeah, it's actually quite an art to it. So I'm sure as time goes on, the more I use it, the better I get. The back gutters here were actually very sort of blocked. Now basically what I found on these back ones is everything in there was really dry and dusty, so there's no wet stuff, and there was some big clumps of moss. Now the actual moss that was in there was all from the roof obviously, and it kept sort of getting clogged in the pipe. So it wasn't anything to do with, you know, the gutter vacuum not being powerful enough. It was just like basically too much getting sucked up there at one time that was actually clogging it. So a couple of good whacks on the gutter with it, you know, just to sort of help it along its way, actually managed to clear it. So in the end, I did kind of take the actual attachment off and just leave the big green hose bit on there. It's got quite a big hole on it, and it actually picked up a lot of the stuff a lot better. I cleaned the majority of the gutters like that at the back, then I just put the attachment back on, just to sort of get into all the little nooks and crannies and clean up any other sort of moss. But seriously would recommend this product. I'm going to leave a link in the description to Gutter Sucker Direct. I would seriously consider going and getting one if you are into this sort of stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to come back to the outro now. Right, so we've just finished doing the gutters now. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the little machine actually. For a 1500 watt motor, it was pulling quite a bit. I did have a few issues with the pipe clogging up, so I'm not sure if it's because it was very dry. Some of the moss that was up there was clogged. It was like really sort of hard bits. And then when I had the pipe on there, it kept getting stuck in the pipe. So I had to keep sort of banging the pipe. You do have to be careful with carbon fibre. I did do one thing Rob told me not to, and kind of hold them out straight. That puts a lot of pressure and strain on the actual carbon fibre, and you risk actually damaging the poles. But what I actually done in the end, I'm not sure if it's conventional, but I actually took the pipe off just so I had the gooseneck bit, the green bit. I had no pipe attached to that at all, and I just used that to, because obviously it had a bigger hole in it, so it was able to suck up the bigger bits of moss quite easily. And then when I finished at the end, I just put the little pipe on, and we kind of just finished up by clearing out the rest of it. So I couldn't actually get any footage whilst I'm up there because I've got no way of attaching a GoPro to the actual carbon fibre pole so you can see what's going on, but I'll show you what we've ended up with. So in here, yeah, all of this, so some of this stuff here, the bigger bits, these were what were getting clogged in the actual pipe. They're really dense actually. So yeah, the bigger bits were sort of getting stuck, and then it couldn't pull it through. But I imagine it did do well. I mean, if I'd kept banging it, you know, banging it on top of the gutters, you would have ended up, but there's quite a lot in there. So all this was clogged up in the gutters. Really amazing little power from a great little machine. Would highly recommend getting one of these if you are starting out doing the gutter cleaning. So I just want to say thank you everyone for watching the video. If you did like the video, please smash the like button. Don't forget to go over and show Gutter Sucker Direct, aka Spinner Clean, some love. Yes, definitely would recommend this machine if anyone is looking to purchase it. Very basic entry-level machine, but will do the job quite well. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.